I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be what I want to be.
G'day folks and welcome to the Carlton 24/7 team selection. Round 8 is upon us. Director of Coaching and Development here at Carlton, Rob Wiley, is with me. And Rob, never short of news here at the club at the moment. Mick Malthouse in his press conference this morning talking about confidence amongst the group. How do you reinstill that confidence at round 8? Because relatively it is still early in the season.
Definitely early in the season. The best way, I suppose, is winning the game against Geelong. And look, it's been tough, there's no doubt about that, but the boys have really stayed strong. There are a lot of positive vibes, and we realise that there's no easy way out. It's a lot of hard work, and we're prepared to do it.
Do coaches around the group pick up on a player if they see someone who may be a little bit void of confidence or not looking as upbeat as they probably should when running out onto the ground?
No doubt about that, but also I think our playing group has come a long way, and they can also pick up, and the care factor that they give each other I think is also very important, Shane.
Let's get into the team for round 8 to take on Geelong tomorrow night at Etihad Stadium. We start across the back line and Dylan Buckley returns to the side. Simon White, who put in a pretty competitive effort last week against the Giants, and Sam Rowe at full-back. Big responsibilities for this group. Tom Hawkins and Mitch Clark, we know what a formidable duo they can be.
No doubt, we have to help those guys, against some pretty strong men. And if we don't put pressure on up in the midfield, then it's going to be easy ball. So, yeah, they've got big jobs. And as you said, Simon White was terrific. Hadn't played much footy since the Eagles. And we're looking forward to him providing that strength for us.
Let's go across the halfbacks now to take on the Cats. Zach Tui, Ed Curnow, 31 possessions, arguably best on ground, and Chris Yarran at centre halfback. Ed Curnow is one that just seems to give so much run, always giving that effort. He can be criticised externally, but he seems to be one of those players that you can't fault him for effort.
A real competitor, Shane. And the good thing about Ed, he'll always do a role for the team. He'll, sort of nullify a player of the opposition, but of late he's been getting a fair bit of the football. So, we're looking for him again to nullify a player and generate some football for us.
Let's go into the midfield. We know how potent Geelong's midfield has been in recent years. That's probably backed off a little bit in season 2015. Dale Thomas, Cade Simpson back in the side, returns from a calf injury, and Chris Judd attains AFL Live membership. Probably no more worthy recipient than Juddy this week. Well,
of course, you could throw a lot at Juddy and it'd all be well received. But it's great having Cade Simpson back. He gives us a little bit of experience, or a lot of experience, but he also gives us some ball winning ability too, to be able to give our forwards a chance. And that's what we have to improve, is the amount of times we take the ball into our forward 50. So it's good having Cade back, and he trained really strongly this week.
We'll stay with the midfield and starting with Andrew Carran. So Cameron Wood again in that ruck role, and Mark Murphy as well. Mark, I've mentioned it a number of times in our team selection videos, Rob. Mark seems to one that to take it all on board, take it all on his shoulders. It's not an easy role to be captain at the moment.
No, it's not, and he needs a lot of help from the 21 other guys that are out there. But look, I think Murph over the last few weeks is really showing some great running ability. He's finding a lot more of the football, so he realises the responsibility of being captain, and he's really having a red hot go. And I'm sure, as I said, he'll just get better and better with what he does out there.
Want to see the forward line fire this weekend? Let's look across the half forward line to start off with Dennis Armfield, Jason Tutt, and Bryce Gibbs as well. Jason still settling into this Carlton unit since coming across from the Western Bulldogs.
He is, but I thought he played a pretty good game last week. He was on Tom Scully, and Scully's been a very good player for GWS and got moved off the wing. So, we need that run by Jason. He gives us some really good run and his ability to find the football.
Does Bryce take the criticism externally of him to heart? Or does he know, look, that's just all part and parcel of being in a football club?
I think people, at the footy club, sort of take to heart what happens internally. And we know Bryce is working really hard to recapture the form he had last year when he won the best and fairest. And I think in patches he is. So it's just a matter of putting it over 4 quarters. And he had a terrific game against Geelong last year.
Well, let's hope it's a repeat this week, Rob. Across the full forward line now, starting with Troy Menzel, 2 goals won last week against the Giants. Patrick Cripps, he returns from a calf injury, and Liam Jones recalled after a week out. Was it good just for Liam to go back a step, to take 2 steps forward?
Well, sometimes, Shane, it's a nice reminder to go out of the senior side. So we're looking for Liam to make some really good, strong contests. But as I said before, we need to get the football in there a few more times. They've got a terrific back line. Their tools take a lot of marks. So it's going to be a tough assignment. But I'm sure Liam has been reminded that he needs to perform week in and week out to stay there.
And with the interchange bench for the clash, Tom Bell, Sam Doherty, 27 possessions last week against the Giants. Levi Casbolt and Andreas Everett, who was one of the best against GWS, really seems to have had a consistent season.
Strong bench we've got there, Shane. They're all have been in terrific form in 2015, and he's just a player that just gives 100% all the time. He's a terrific runner and strong at the football. So we need him to continue. We need him to now, with his experience over the years, to be able to also lead the way.
We saw Nick Graham as a sub a couple of weeks ago. Just waiting to push himself back into this 22?
Look, there's a couple of players there that have been in reasonable form in the VFL, and it's just a matter of opportunity. Each week we pick a side that we believe is the right balance to come up against the opposition, and that is why the 22 have been selected this week. We believe that they can acquit themselves really well against Geelong.
And in terms of Matthew Cruiser, a lot anticipating his return. Just another week in the VFL.
Yeah, another week. We've got to do the right thing by Cruz. You can't sort of rush him back, and it's a pretty intense game. So he needs to have a bit of a solid backing before he's able to tackle the bigger guys.
Let's hope some of that confidence is instilled in the group this week. Tomorrow night, Etihad Stadium against the Cats. Good record against the Cats in recent years. Let's hope it's a good clash tomorrow night.